and welcome everybody. This is Amanda Rose from Archer Travel, and we're so excited to have Mario back for Viking Cruises Week, and we have his training today. How are you doing today, Mario?
Hey Amanda, I'm doing great. Looking forward to sharing all the wonderful content about Viking with the agents and the advisors to join us. So I'm all good. Happy to be here.
Great. We're so happy to have you. And just before we get started, if you guys have any questions, we will have Q&A at the end, so put those in chat at any time and we will save them for Q&A. And if you want to watch the recording of this video, you can find it in the trainings tab of your Travel Cafe website. So without further ado, Mario, we're so excited for what you have to share today. So let's get started.
Okay, sounds good. Amanda, can you double check that you can see my screen?
Yes, we can see you. We can see your screen. Everything's great.
Okay, perfect. So thank you again. I wanted to go over a little bit of a recap on the Viking brand. Here at Viking, we say we are exploring the world in comfort. That is our tagline, and we do it in four different experiences. They're all consistent with the Viking brand, but four different ones. River cruising in Europe mainly. We have 82 vessels there, 16 more to be delivered by 2026. And the maximum capacity on those ships is 190 passengers, so a small ship experience. That's where Viking started 28 years ago. And now we have also ocean cruises with a small ship experience. We have a total of 10 ocean ships currently operating, eight more to be delivered by 2029. 930 passengers were our earlier ships. Our newest ones are going to be 998. We love saying less than 1,000, so still a small ship experience on ocean. We also have expedition cruises, two of them going to Antarctica, the Arctic, and the Great Lakes, with 378 guests on board at maximum capacity. And Mississippi, we have a river cruise in the US, brand new ship, 386 guests, maximum capacity there. So we'll cover a little bit of each one of these, but I do want to recap the Viking brand and the Viking experience. No matter what type of cruise you go on Viking, or your clients are going on Viking, you will have the same small ship experience, destination focused. So we're going to give a lot of enrichment and educational programs on the destination. We are all about understated and quiet elegance. It's really the modern luxury experience that many of our guests are looking for. Part of our Viking experience is also an all English speaking crew, guides, and the entire land packages combined with our cruising. So it's an English speaking experience for those travelers. And lastly, we believe in no nickel and diming, so it's an all inclusive experience that makes it very comfortable and relaxing for guests. Viking also stands for what we don't do, which is no children under 18. We're an adults only experience. We have no casinos. We are destination focused, so no casinos on Viking, no nickel and diming. As I mentioned, we want our guests to just feel relaxed and not have to be nickel and dime on the ship. And the list goes on. No charge for the Wi-Fi, no charge for beer, wine, and lunch during the meals, lunch and dinner. No charge for alternative or specialty dining. No inside staterooms on the ocean ships. We don't charge a fee for the Nordic Spa or the fitness center. No charge for self-service laundrettes on the ships. No formal nights and no umbrella drinks. So that's the Viking experience for you. Now let's review when I say the Viking inclusive value. Again, we include pricing that covers everything that you need and nothing that you do not. So for guests, when you're talking to your clients, travel advisors, when you're talking to your clients, please explain that Viking includes one shore excursion in every port of call with a local guide. That's included. You don't have to pay extra for that nice city tour of the places we're going to visit. We also include Wi-Fi, all the meals on board, including the specialty dining, even our buffet style self-service experience, high caliber dining. We will have great sushi, lobster serve and rotating menus throughout the ship. So we have great food and no additional charge. Beer, wine, soft drinks with the meals. I mentioned that before, and the list goes on. So a very inclusive experience. The only couple of aspects of the experience that will not be included with Viking will be gratuities. Those will be extra. They can be paid on board the ship, or if you book them for them, you can prepay them, and we pay a commission on those as well. The other extra would be optional excursions. If a guest wants to have a deeper dive into the destination, like a wine tasting experience in the south of France, or a flamenco dance experience and dinner in Barcelona, those will be additional, and they are available throughout the cruises. And the last part will be the beverages outside of the meals. If a guest would like cocktails and wines and specialty drinks outside of the meals, you have two options. Guests can purchase by the glass, or they can purchase a beverage package. It's one level and it's very simple. It is $27 per person per day, which is the best value in the cruise industry. Only $27 per person today per day. You book it for the entire cruise, and that opens up unlimited cocktails, top shelf liquor, wines, beers throughout the entire cruise. So if you have those clients that would like to have those drinks outside of the meals, then recommend that you book them the beverage package. By the way, if you book it for them on their reservation, that is commissionable to you. And we like to say here at Viking that we are one Viking, one brand that is consistent. This is why Viking clients love it so much. And we are traveling around the world. So we have more than 500 ports of call through the oceans, rivers, and Great Lakes. And we'll cover some of those today. I do want to share who the Viking guest is. I think this will really help you focus and help you understand how to utilize Viking to grow your business. So the Viking demographic, we are very focused on a growing market. It is the 55 plus guests that are empty nesters and retire or close to retirement, and they're looking to travel around the world. They're going to all these great places they have not been to. They have the time and they have the disposable income to book a nice vacation on a floating hotel on Viking. 90% of these market comes from North America. So this is the opportunity for many of you. We do have some Australia and United Kingdom as well, and other small percentage from other places around the world. We also know that the Viking guests, almost half of them are traveling with friends. They love traveling together. So please use that to grow your business. If you already have a Viking client, ask them if they're traveling with friends and take over those bookings and grow your business that way. Or have them give you referrals, right? Say, you know, how knowledgeable you are on Viking, and maybe next time they travel on a Viking cruise, they will take their friends with them, and that then they will become your clients as well. I don't have a percentage here on the slide, but we also know that at Viking, 53% of our guests are past guests. So once you book them on Viking, typically they're going to return time after time, year after year, and it's a repeat business for you. Another great data that we have here at Viking is that our first timer Viking guest, so the guest that is taking Viking for the first time, 70% of them come from ocean cruising, big ships. So they've cruised on oceans before, but they're looking for a small, intimate experience. And normally they like to think of Viking for the river experience, but they also try our ocean, and they're really having a great time. So think about that when you're talking to your clients and prospecting the market that you want to tap into. Now that we understand our guests, we also can say that we created the experience for that specific demographic, for that guest. Our ships are intimate, small ships. They're also identical, which makes it very consistent for that guest. So if a guest goes on a river cruise in 2025, and they book a 2026 ocean cruise, they will have the same type of experience that is seamless. Or if they move from ocean to another ocean cruise, they are identical sister ships. Or if they've moved from river to another river cruise, identical sister ships, so they have the same consistent experience every time they go on Viking. I think the most important part of Viking's experience for luxury guests is that they have peace of mind. With Viking, from the moment they get off a plane in the destination, Viking is there taking care of them. They only get to unpack once. They are traveling with like minded guests that like destinations, that are curious about cultural experiences, that want to see Mozart and Strauss concert hall, experience in Vienna, right? They want that enrichment and really get to know the destination. They're also going to experience impeccable service. Our staff on board are incredible. They know the guest's name by the first night. They go above and beyond for them. But what I love about Viking is that it does not feel stuffy. It doesn't feel too formal. We make it very relaxed and very casual in terms of the service level for our guests. And that's truly the modern luxury experience. Small, elegant ships, comfortable floating hotels, really, and just that elegant with adults only and no casinos experience for those Viking guests. So hopefully this is going to give you some great talking points to explain Viking to your clients. Now I also have some stories. We always, talk about stories and how those paint the picture and really get those sales. I have stories about the attention to detail on the experience for our guests. So we're all about elegant designs, but also simple and functional experiences. So again, we know who our Viking guest is, right? We talked about it. Uh, a few stories on the Viking experience. At the top, you have our bathroom, organic bathroom amenities. In every Viking stateroom, you have the Freja collection. But what we've done is we don't want our guests to struggle with reading the small print on the bottles of shampoo or whatever products they're putting, right? So the experience on Viking, they're color coordinated, big font on the bathroom amenities, small little detail. It's kind of funny to talk about it, but it makes a huge difference for the Viking guest experience when they're vacationing on Viking. Second story would be our remote controls. Remote controls are getting a little bit out of hand nowadays. There are 50 plus buttons on remote controls. Well, here at Viking, we believe to make it very simple. There are only 9 buttons to worry about to navigate the TV in their staterooms. Very easy to navigate, very functional. It makes a huge difference. It is a small little detail that changes the experience. Another one of my favorites is that our bathrooms have spacious showers, simple to use controls in those showers, anti-fog mirrors to make it very convenient, and there are also heated floors on every Viking stateroom bathroom. So very convenient, very comfortable, upscale. It really makes a difference for our guests. So again, attention to detail really goes a long way for Viking and our guests being happy. And then lastly, in terms of enrichment, we deliver that experience for our guests. We have world-class lecturers on board, destination performances both on the ship and also in the destination. We have field research scientists traveling with our expedition cruises to learn and teach our guests and learn science and studies of those destinations we're going to visit. We also have cultural partnerships to continue that enrichment for our guests. They do come on board. Local artisans sometimes, with the local destinations, will come on board and have great workshops with our guests. And lastly, for all of you, this is a great opportunity to also check out our website, Viking.com, as well as our Viking.tv content, where we feature short films, um, recommendations on films and recommendations on reading and books about iconic destinations that we're going to travel to. And that really adds up and paints the picture on the destination that we're going to visit together on a Viking vessel. So that's part of the enrichment program that our guest is looking for. Now let's dive deeper into each one of the products, starting with River. This is what Viking is known for. Many of the consumers think of river cruising and they think Viking, right? We are state of the art Viking longships that continue to win awards as the best river cruise line from Condé Nast in travel and leisure year after year. Our ships are only 190 passengers on the rivers, and we love to say we follow that Scandinavian understated elegance. We have great decor, but also it's streamlined, right? It's less is more. They feel airy, they feel homey, they feel like they're more spacious. With river cruising, you do have dimensions that you need to follow in order to get through the locks. So with river cruising on Viking, you have clean, light woods, light marbles, beautiful windows and glass looking out to the destination, and that natural light coming into the spaces. That's really what makes us unique. It feels like home away from home. I think it really makes that experience a little bit more spacious or feel more spacious than what river cruising is, and just wonderful. So this is what you're seeing is the atrium on the ship. Uh, Between the middle deck, which is the deck on this staircase, and the upper deck, we have a great elevator. So for those guests looking for mobility challenges or mobility issues, you have an elevator between middle deck and upper deck. And then there's around a lower deck around the staircase to the main deck of staterooms. Between the middle and the upper deck, that's where you'll have the common public areas. So that's really where you want your clients if they have any mobility issues. As you come on board, you also will feature on the middle deck the main restaurant. Windows, floor to ceiling windows are always a great feature on Viking. Having a great dinner as the world's passing by and we're cruising the river is just fantastic. There's a second dining option with an outdoor dining at the front of the ship. This is unique to Viking because our Viking longships are designed with a square-shaped bow, which allow us to have this extra space at the front of the ship and create the Aquavit Terrace, which is our outdoor dining experience where we feature all meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and my favorite place to go when I start a day on the rivers in a new destination. Viking Lounge, also on the upper deck. This is where the Aquavit Terrace entrance will be. So this is the front of the ship. And then indoors, you'll have the Viking Lounge where every evening we will feature a local entertainment number or a piano player with a singer taking requests from our guests. There is a small dance floor, so there's a bit of dancing for guests. And in this area, also our program director will host a port talk every day to go over the next day's program. So every guest knows exactly what to expect the next day in the next port. It's a beautiful sun deck with a walking path, great lounging chairs. My favorite place to go when we're cruising the scenic parts of the river. For example, on the Rhine, you want to go when we're cruising the middle Rhine with the castles on the hills. We want to go up to the sun deck and really take in the views. So that is going to be the sun deck on the river ships. In terms of staterooms, the sweet spot for all of you, when you talk to your clients about river cruising, I believe that having that balcony, the veranda, is important. So we have quite a few staterooms in the veranda categories. There are two different categories depending on the deck, but you have a full balcony to step out to, plenty of counter space. You have power outlets for your devices, flat screen TV. Every Viking stateroom will feature a king size bed that can be split into two twins, plenty of storage space under the bed, in your closet, and of course, those bathrooms with those nice features that I mentioned before. So this is kind of the middle of the road with the sweet spot veranda staterooms. We also have suite categories with fantastic features, larger, of course, spaces for those clients that want that VIP experience. We have 7 veranda suites and also 2 explorer suites at the back of the ship with the wraparound balconies, 445 square feet in space. And in the lower categories, you have the standard category, which is a high window, and also your French balcony. And so I don't have pictures of those, but you can certainly find them on the website. So now let's talk about the destinations with our river cruises. Mainly in Europe, this is where the concept of river cruising started. A great way to see Europe. You get to see the larger cities and the small little quaint towns in between. So we have great programs in Portugal and Spain. We have 3 different destinations in France. And then we get into the Netherlands, Germany, Belgium, Switzerland with the Rhine cruises. Across Germany on the Main River, we have the Elbe River in Germany and the Danube. I don't want to overwhelm you. So if you've never sold a river cruise, my 2 recommendations is find the itineraries on the Rhine cruise, on the Rhine River, and the Danube River. Those 2 are fantastic for the first timer river cruiser. Take a look at our website. We have great content there, or our travel advisor um, portal as well as has great content. And just get acquainted with the Rhine and the Danube. Those are your number 1 and number 2 destinations for river cruising. If you have a seasoned river cruiser, then I will expand to the other destinations. Okay. And on that note, we do offer a river cruise on the Mekong River from Vietnam to Cambodia. We also have a Nile cruise in Egypt, which is becoming very popular recently again, and also, of course, the Mississippi River in the U.S. So again, a lot of content. Take a look at the website and also the Travel Advisor Academy for each destination. And moving on to the ocean product. In 2015, when we started Viking Ocean, Viking applied everything that worked really well on the river to the ocean experience. And already, although we've only been there for it's going to be 10 years now, year after year, we are winning awards for medium-sized cruise ship best experiences. We are considered a luxury product as well. So we have quite a few sailings. 10 total ships. They are all sister ships. So if you know one of them, you know them all. And for our guests, that consistency is really, really important. 930 passengers, like I mentioned. Our newest one is going to be 998 guests, but it's just because it's a little bit longer, so we accommodated a few extra staterooms. But that's the only difference. You essentially have the same decks and the same layout. There are more venues. So for ocean-going cruises, it is considered a small ship, less than 1,000 guests, but you do have a hair salon, fitness center, a theater, 8 different dining options, including the World Cafe. We have an infinity pool at the back of the ship. We also have the pool deck on deck 7. Here, a sports deck, and quite a few lounges. So we'll walk you through some of those areas. First space that our guests get to see is the 3-deck atrium. On deck 1, there's a beautiful design, thinking about the original Viking ships. Now with the Viking experience on ocean, yes, you are on a larger vessel, but it never feels that way. It is all about intimate small ship experiences. We have these great little areas where guests can just enjoy, read a book, maybe listen to some great music, get a coffee or a tea from our bar, and just relax and enjoy the views of the destination. This is what we call the living room areas. I mentioned there's a beautiful main pool on deck 7 with a retractable dome. Beautiful area to just take a nice dip in the water, relax, maybe catch a nice movie under the stars experience in the evenings. And through those glass doors that you see here, we feature a venue called the Winter Garden, where Viking hosts a an afternoon tea every day for our guests, which is fantastic. If you want an insider tip for your clients going on Viking Ocean, let them know about the afternoon tea in the Winter Garden. There's also a fantastic spa on board. No fees for any one of our guests that wants to enjoy the facilities. We feature a nice, beautiful hydrotherapy pool. There are some great ice cold showers, steam room, plunge pools, locker rooms for both male and female. And we also have, I don't have a picture of it, but we have a nice little snow grotto for the full Scandinavian spa experience. You go from the sauna to the ice cold plunge to the snow grotto. It's great for circulation and just relaxing. So I always love talking about the spa. What's great about Viking Ocean is that we don't charge a fee for any one of our guests to enjoy the spa. And also 8 different dining options at no additional charge. There's a main restaurant, Manfredi's for Italian specialty dining, Manson's for Norwegian deli that's more comfort foods, great waffles and fantastic little sandwiches in the evenings. Winter Garden, I mentioned that's the afternoon tea experience. Fantastic. We have the chef's table with the wine pairing experience. It is considered specialty dining. We require reservations, no additional charge. And same applies to Manfredi's, by the way. For more casual self-service, World Cafe with an aquavit outdoor dining area. Pool Grill, the best hot dogs and burgers by the pool during the day. And of course, even room service at no additional charge is available 24 hours for our guests. A hidden gem with Viking Ocean is our culinary experiences are fantastic. One of those optional excursions that we offer on those cruises will be the kitchen table, where our chef will take a group of our guests to the local markets in the port that we're visiting that day. We bring those ingredients back on board and we have a nice cooking workshop with them to prepare a nice local dish of the destination. In my opinion, the best way to experience a destination is through the food, and that is one of those culinary programs that we have available on Viking. Again, a lot to cover here. Please take a look at our site and the travel agent portal for the destinations. But we are traveling around the world, as you can see. Lots of European cruises, Northern Europe, Iceland, China, Japan, Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Africa, Alaska. We have a fantastic Alaska program during late spring and summer. Canada, New England, the Caribbean, South America. We're even going to Greenland and along the coast. So quite a few programs to offer your clients. Do not miss out on an opportunity to check Viking for your clients. So check our destinations on the website. Our shorter cruises are going to be 8 days. That's our shortest cruise in the Mediterranean. And we have everything up to a full world cruise of 180 days and anything in between. So it all depends on what your client wants to do and where they want to travel. The last thing I will share with you is a nice comparison piece, an exercise that we did here at Viking. The way you should sell Viking Ocean is really adding up all the inclusions, right? Especially if a client has sailed on the big ocean ships before. With the value of Viking, really, it is an easy sell. Once you share with your client that we include one short excursion in every port, free Wi-Fi, access to the fitness center, and all the inclusions, it really adds up to more than $200 per person value. So please utilize that to sell Viking to your clients. And lastly, in 2 minutes, I just cover Expedition. These two ships are a great size between the river and the ocean, 378 guests. You get all the luxury experience of Viking on board the ship. And off the ship, you're going to go to an adventure to Antarctica, to the Arctic, and to the Great Lakes. And those are the three destinations that we offer on Viking Expedition. The program is fantastic, all the same inclusions, but more intimate experience. And we're going to these amazing places and itineraries. Okay, the last 5 minutes I will cover before I open up to questions. 5 minutes to cover business opportunities for all of you with Viking. We give you commission on every part of the product. So we have no NCFs, truly no NCFs. Even the gift that you purchase for your client to have in the stateroom with a note from you is commissionable. So we pay a commission on everything. We also don't believe in rebating, so we don't work with Costco and other online agencies that want to rebate. So you should have a level playing field for your clients. If you ever find out that a client books directly with Viking and they booked it within the last 60 days, we have the easiest, most lenient takeover policy in the industry. Even if a booking is paid in full, if it was made within the last 60 days, you can simply call reservations at Viking and provide the booking number and your IATA with Archer Travel. And add your amenities, you have full commission will transfer over to you and you have full access to the booking. Again, 60-day is a nice, reasonable window of time to promote Viking and promote yourself as a Viking expert to those clients. We always include you in the marketing, so we're doing already a lot of the work to get those leads for you. We do a lot of the marketing, and we always have a call to action to call your travel advisor. So make sure that your clients and your network of prospects understand that you are their Viking expert to them. Onboard bookings are also going to be automatically transferred to you. There are some great benefits, including a shorter final payment window, and of course, some great savings. So encourage your Viking clients to book on board. You also can book them 35 days before the departure and take advantage of all the same programs with the Bon Voyage promotion. The last reason, number 6, I think we all want to make money in this industry. Of course, we're passionate about travel, but we pay among the highest commissions in the industry. Our average commission in 2024 for a travel advisor was $2,600. And let me tell you, Viking is an easy sell. So please go out there and look for those Vikings and make some great commissions with us. On that note, my takeaways for all of you, please use the Viking brand that people know and trust to grow your business and make it solid and a viable way of making a great commission. We do spend a lot of investment in the marketing of the brand. We do direct mail, we do television commercials, Downtown Abbey partnership. It's gone huge for us. Olympic sponsorships. I don't know if you saw our ads on the Olympics, it was there. And we are really pushing that brand. Please utilize that to your advantage and find those Vikings that are getting access and seeing our marketing to make sure that they're booking through you. That's the opportunity. I'll skip this one for now. The last takeaway, we talked about it during the week. The biggest ROI for us here at Viking is those cruise nights. We can build a marketing plan for an event, a Viking night, whether it is in person or virtually. Host those events. People love to talk about travel. They can grab a glass of wine, have a nice meal, and we are going to be there explaining the Viking experiences and the destinations we're going to go to. And let me tell you, you're going to get bookings, you're going to get business, and also brand awareness of your travel agency services. So please utilize that. Reach out to me if you need any help with it. I also recommend that you use content on social media, website branding, and your newsletter. Okay. And with that, as a takeaway, reach out to me if you have questions or go on the travel agent portal for those resources. And with that, Amanda, I'm going to pass it back to you to see if we have any questions.
Perfect. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much, Mario. Yeah, we do have some questions, so let's get into that. First question is, let me just look. Okay, first question is, what are some common objections you hear from clients about Viking, and how do you recommend we handle them as agents?
Um, Great question. Great question. Let me just put something up here. Um, so the number one question I think I get is final payment. Let's talk about final payment. Typically, Viking has some great promotions that will help you uh, get the sale, right? But we also, because of the demand that we have here at Viking, will request a final payment that is fairly early, okay? Earlier than the typical cruise industry. It is going to be tied on what type of promotion and pricing they're getting. And here's why we do it. So this will help you explain it. Number one, Viking does it because we want to make sure that we have the commitment from the guests to that sailing. This is how we are able to provide all these great promotions, free air promotions, included beverage package promotions, shipboard credit promotions, and also contract and guarantee air fares and air contracts ahead of time, right? That's a reality in terms of the business. For you, when you're talking to your advisors, please let them know that Viking is in high demand. It's a great product, right? They're asking for your commitment, but they still give you a very nice cancellation policy. Up to 121 days, Viking allows you to cancel and get a full refund with the exception of $100 per person admin fee. Second of that, if a client decides to change their date, change to a different voyage, completely, right? If they have a river cruise booked and now they want to go on an ocean cruise instead, they have up to 121 days to revise that booking to a different date with no cancellation or fees attached to it. So we have a very generous and flexible cancellation policy, but we do see that once final payment is due and paid on a booking, there are very few cancellations and changes. That means that client is going to be committed to that sailing and allows us to not have to uh, have empty space last minute that we need to fill. Right? So it's really good business policy. Um, and honestly, the other one is maybe we don't have casinos, which means we're not the right fit for this client, right? We want to be this way. We want to be different. And our guests that love the Viking experience do love that we are adults only and no casinos. I think those are the two that I hear about the most, Amanda. I hope
Yeah,
that answered your
no,
question.
that's great. Thank you. Next question is, which river cruise would include High Clear Castle?
Great question. So we do have High Clear Castle with a few programs, specifically in when we do our Seine River in Paris and also the Rhine River as an extension. Here's the challenge with that. We have our chairman's daughter has a partnership and a relationship with Highclere Castle, and there are only a few dates they allow us to use it. We don't know exactly when. We don't guarantee it, so we don't offer it as an option necessarily. It's essentially now a nice surprise for guests that get to have that experience on Viking because it's not guaranteed on every cruise. So that's the way I would present it. I would not guarantee it. I would not sell it based on Highclere Castle experience because it's not on every date and every voyage. Okay. And it's good and bad. We have a great partnership with PBS and the Downtown Abbey show. So we're always associated to Highclere Castle, which is great for the brand, great for marketing. It doesn't necessarily mean that we own the castle and that we can have access to it every year or every sailing, right? So I would not sell it that way to your clients.
Awesome. Next question is, can you share example of which type of clients are ideal for a river versus ocean versus expedition? Are there different types that are good for each?
Yeah, so for river, honestly, I would consider big big market, big picture. Who is the Viking guest? Because they enjoy small ships and they enjoy destinations and they want to be adults only and want to hit all these destinations, right? So the big blanket market is 55 plus that are traveling and are spending $7,000 or more per trip. That's essentially it. Now, when we talk about river cruising, to me, anyone that wants to go to Europe in a nice, convenient way, and really wants to go to Europe to see the countries, to see the destinations, you should offer river cruising to them. It is a great value when you think about the cost of hotels, cost of moving around and transfers and tours. You on a river cruise, you have everything included. Your floating hotel going along the way, always in the city center, especially with Viking, with our centrally located docks. So anyone that wants to go to Europe, the Germany, the Netherlands, France, I would offer river cruising. It's a great convenient way with a great value. For ocean going cruisers, same thing. I would offer it to ocean cruisers that have been on the big ships. We do see that there are quite a few of them that want, especially after COVID, there's a demand and interest for small ships. They don't want to go with 4,000 people, less than 1,000, all inclusive. They don't want to be nickel and dime. That's our guess, as long as they're going for the destination, right? So if they say, I've been on this big ship cruise line before, loved it, but now I really want to see, Alaska and getting to the Inside Passage and really get to see the destination. What can you recommend? That's perfect for Viking. We're small, we're destination focused. As long as they don't want casinos because they know they're going to be in the destination a lot of the time, then we're essential for them and we're perfect fit for them. Expedition, I will say it's a little bit more of an adventure travel, more active just because of Antarctica and the Arctic. We do require a fitness form or fit to travel form in order to go to those destinations because they're so remote and there are not a lot of medical facilities around. We still make it very comfortable. Our guest to expedition is also 55 plus, and they're looking for the same Viking experience. So to answer the question, the long way is 55 plus that wants a destination they have not been to in an adults only small ship is perfect for Viking.
That's wonderful. Next question is, do you have partnerships with land tours for pilgrims or tours something church people and seniors would be interested to go on?
We don't have partnerships. Right question. We don't have partnerships. I know many of my travel advisors that work with Viking have found their own partnerships or use local tour operators. If you have an opportunity, reach out to me. We can chat more about that, but we don't have, Viking does not have a partner for this specific type of travel.
Perfect. And we have time for one more question. And the last question is, do you have any agent exclusive incentives or promos running right now that we should take advantage of?
Yes, I have two. So great question to finish it up. Uh, I think you can still see my slide.
Yes.
Number one, if you have not taken the Travel Advisor Academy, complete it. We give you a nice incentive. It's called the Viking Rewards. It's a cash card, and we give you $100 per booking for the next 30 days after you complete the training. So this is kind of to encourage you to get to know everything about Viking with the training, and then go out there and book your clients. We give you an extra incentive cash card. Number two, as part of our Viking Week, we do have an exclusive Archer Evolution exclusive offer. It is an additional $200 per stateroom shipboard credit for any new bookings made between now and the 10th. So we're giving you 10 days to take advantage of the promotion. We might extend it based on how much results we get from this, but you have that as a tool to sell Viking for the next couple of days. Also, I know that Jose will be sharing this and will be on your platform. We have a 35% off cruise fare travel advisor rate. We do have two requirements: complete the Travel Advisor Academy and also have at least one active booking with Viking. You qualify for the 35% uh, off the cruise fare.
Wow, that's absolutely incredible. I mean, you guys have to take advantage of these offers that Mario is giving you and that Viking is giving you so you can get on one of these ships and then you're able to better sell it to your clients. So this is just absolutely amazing. Thank you for the presentation, Mario. We learned so much today. Is there anything else that you want to add before we close out?
No, just take action. Take advantage of the Viking wave. There's so many great opportunities out there, and I'm here if you ever need anything. I hope to work with you. Thank you, Amanda and the team for the opportunity.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mario. Thank you, travel agents, for joining us today. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, everyone.